kind of gets crazy at nighttime, like
the zoomies.
Sorry.
Zoomies, or yeah, it's just that
like,
witching hour.
But also just like really loud. Like he just talks a lot.
Oh sure.
Barking,
like it's
and
just like,
and moaning. Like yeah.
Oh sure.
A lot.
Okay.
And sometimes I think like, so especially when I'm eating, he like does not leave me alone and barks at me. And so then today I was eating and I was eating food and then I like left and he peed right where he was sitting, where I was sitting. So
Interesting.
I feel like he does it to like say like I'm mad at you.
Sure. I mean, I've seen some stuff and I've heard some things where it's kind of like it seems like it's spite.
Okay.
You know, and in my book I'm like dogs don't have that emotion.
Okay.
But I've seen some pretty or heard some pretty like there was one where it was a husband and wife, and the husband went out of town, and the day or the morning after he had left, the dog peed, and it's the first time she's only ever peed in the house on his pillow. Right, and then the wife, and it was the first time he's ever left the house. You know, to go like he would travel for work and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was the first time, and then I was like, you know, she's like, was she being spiteful? I'm like, it really kind of feels like it, but you know, in my book, dogs don't do that. But you know, so what I would do, all right, so that's one question. What's another one?
And then next weekend we are meeting my siblings and their dogs.
Okay.
And one of the dogs, he's an Australian Shepherd, and he's just very active and I guess like humps a lot and just very riled. So
sure, handling that situation.
Yeah, just like how to make sure he's playing respectfully and not, you know, getting too wild.
Okay. So what I would do is schedule a Zoom session so that we can use today, you know, for the in-person stuff, because that's really just information.
Sure.
And it's easy enough that I can, you know, for the barking, we can correct that. I can tell you how to correct it over the Zoom session.
Yeah.
And then we'll focus on the rest of the heel stuff. And then if there's anything else in the home behaviorally that you're trying to address, we can cover that over the Zoom as well. Okay. And you can schedule that whenever you're ready. You don't have to wait till like next Saturday.
Oh, great.
Just tell Maria like, hey, we need to schedule a session, you know, by then, and she'll tell you what we have available.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah. So those are meant to be scheduled as needed, just to fill in the blanks on any stuff. Okay. Yep. So any other questions? Nope. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna have you show me what you've been working on this week, and we'll see how it looks, and then from there we'll go to the second half of it. Did you get the headphones too?
Yeah.
I mean, he's gotten really good on the leash like this, yeah. It's really like no problem.
Did we get auto sits last time? No? Okay, so we'll work on that today. Can we switch handlers?
Oh, I guess that's the question. So, we'll take him out, us two together. And like, she'll start the walk.
Oh, sure.
And then I'll take it over. Is it confusing him, like who he should be?
In the beginning, maybe.
Okay.
And you just correct him like you normally would.
Okay.
You know, like don't feel bad about it. Like, oh, you're supposed to walk with.
Yeah.
He'll figure out, like, who has the leash is the one that you should walk with, right? It's like right now, I would imagine you have him, he shows Danielle, but the tension of the leash will guide him to actually towards you. Okay? There he goes. You want your number right now? 1338. Good. Go ahead and come to a stop when you're ready. Excellent. Okay. So what we're going to do today is we're going to add in the auto sits, and then we're going to add the cue of heel, and then directional turns. Okay. So for the auto sits, we don't say it verbally; it's built into the claim. Okay. So heel means walk with me, stay with me, sit when I stop. If you say sit, it's no longer a heel; it's a So then technically, if you're to start walking, technically he's not supposed to, because sit means keep your butt down, don't move. Okay. So what we're going to do here is when you come to a stop now, you're going to lightly pull up on your leash to put tension on his neck, up, and tap And we're gonna see if he gives us the sitting motion. If he doesn't, I'm gonna coach you on what to do to get him to do so. Okay?
You say when I stop.
You'll start to pull up, right? And you
tap
feel
at
that
the same
tension.
time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what we should see is he goes into this position. If he does, you simply relax and stop the pressure with the remote, and then we start moving again. And every time you come to a stop, you're just repeating that process to get him to put that butt down. Okay?
So you're saying it should be like this, or because when I'm stopping, you're saying that he will be like that, and then we want him to sit down.
Correct.
Like he was. Just
Yeah. So like right now, slightly pull up, tap, tap, right there. Okay. And I'm not going to care that he moves back right now because he's trying to figure out what to do. Okay. So now you're going to start moving, and then when you come to that stop, if he's standing, you would pull up, you would tap him, he sits, good boy, then relax. Okay. Up, tap, 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 tap. Step it down. You're at what now? Let's go down to 22. And then up. Yep, tap.
I guess wait here. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's all. Now he's scared.
It's okay. So don't worry about his position right
Okay.
now. All you're worried about right now is getting him to sit. Okay, so up, tap, tap. There you go, like that. We're not going to care that he's out of position.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead and just adjust yourself so you're beside him. Good. Then forward. Yep. He's going to turn down the side so he has his face to move. There you go. There you go. Good. Slow to stop when you're ready. Very good. Good. And praise the boy. Good. And a couple more times. Good. And a boy. One more. Good. Now on that one, did you, careful Mike,
I tapped once.
tap once, good. Tap, tap, good. So now we're gonna start being a bit more strict with things because now you're starting to get it much easier, okay? So in the beginning, like he was kind of all over the place because he's like, I don't know what to do until he figured it out. So that's why I pick and choose battles. I know in that moment, I'm not gonna get perfect. And I just want the dog to learn the concept of up and tap means put your butt down, right? Once you got that concept, then it started getting easier and you're in a better position. Now, it's put your butt down and don't get up until I move, right? So if you say heel, and we're gonna talk about all that, and you come to a stop, Moose should automatically sit and maintain that position until you either release him or you start moving again, okay? So to teach that concept where it's the implied stay, is if he gets up, you just simply correct it. Okay? We don't repeat a command, we don't say heel, we don't say sit, we don't say no, none of that stuff. He gets up, I up and tap, he puts his butt back down, and relax. And he goes, oh, when we stop, my job is to do this, and I just stay like this, because if I get up, this happens until I go back to this again. Easy enough. Okay? So it's just about being consistent. So now what we're going to do is also add in the word heel. So heel is the on switch. Heel is what tells Moose, now you walk with me, stay with me, and sit when we stop. Okay? So technically, if you walk outside and you don't say anything to Moose, you do whatever. There's no command. So now that's the on switch. Heel is the on. It's clocking command. So what you're gonna do is have yourself positioned next to Moose, right? You're gonna say heel first, and then you're gonna walk. You're gonna move forward with your left leg first. Okay. So first command, heel. Then left leg, and we start walking. Okay, everything slowing down for the turn, slowing down for the stops, stays the same. And now when you stop, you'll pull up and tap. So get him to sit. He sits. You wait a moment. Heel, left leg, and now we're walking again. Questions? Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I didn't
Say heel. That's all right. But you got yourself.
I didn't know whether I was supposed to.
Yeah.
So should I?
There you go.
Okay.
I was waiting for it to happen.
Heel.
Left side. And forward. Yep, you got it. Good.
He has the turn better.
Go ahead and slow to stop when you're ready. And relax. Good. And wait a moment. We're not going to worry about him being a little bit off. Okay. Heel. Left leg.
Heel.
Good. That's fine.
Heel.
There you go. And then keep relaxed. There you go. Keep firm up. There you go. Yep. Yep. Where you at? 22? Let's go down to 16. Then you can just adjust to him right now. He has really nice markings.
Heel.
I've worked with a few burners moves. You guys.
Heel.
Tap forward, tap, tap, tap. There he goes, tap.
Sorry.
Good. We'll do a couple more. Either way. There you go.
Heel.
Good.
Oh, good
Now
boy.
here, did he sit by himself?
Yeah, it was like middle of the tap. He was.
Sure.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so good. So now you're starting to get the sequence, right?
Mhm.
So if you see him start to sit on his own, just let everything go. And if you get a tap in, no big deal. But that's what we're trying to get here, right? Is he's thinking, hey, every time I stop, or we stop, the sequence happens. What happens if I just jump ahead of the sequence, right? So in some cases, yes, we want the dog to assume and jump ahead, because that's what we're trying to create here, right? So when you're trying to create a default behavior, you just jump into pressure, because he wants to beat it. He's thinking, hey, every time we stop, tap up and tap happens. It's annoying. We just sit then, right? Every time we stop, oh, cool, tap doesn't happen. I'm gonna do this then, okay? I'll have you do a couple more, and then we'll swap handlers.
Heel. Heel.
So he thinks of you as the life of the party. Yeah, once we start adding in discipline in the home, it'll resolve that. Yeah. Whenever you schedule it.
Oh, is that Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay.
So all that stuff is the same.
Okay. I'm gonna do that immediately.
Heel.
Pretty sure. Yeah. Good. Let's try this. I'm gonna have you try 3 more, but instead of when you come to a stop, don't pull up. Just wait. We're gonna see what he does. If he doesn't sit, instead of pulling up, I'm gonna have you tap first to see if he'll respond to the tap and not need to pull. Okay.
Heel.
Good boy. 2 more.
You're
Do a
still-
heel out of a turn.
Oh, so you can do heel and walk forward and turn, or what you do is heel with your left leg out, and then immediately just tip it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the first one. Heel.
You're so mechanical.
I have like 4, 5, 6 foot old puppies now. Yeah, which is nice because typically people don't call it puppies.
I'm not opposed to it at all. It's effective.
Yep, tap, 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 tap. Good. Attaboy. We'll try one more.
Heel.
Good boy. And break. Break. Good. This one swap. So I liked on that middle one, he figured it out without needing the pressure. And once I see that I can make that happen, I try to alleviate using the pool, because the more it's like training wheels. The more you use the training wheels when you learn how to ride the bike, the more reliant you are on them. Whereas once you figure it out and you move them, good, right? Same thing with him. Think of the Leash pulling as training wheels, and the remote being the actual bike, whatever, and him figuring that out. Okay.
That makes sense.
So, do you have any questions before you get started?
It's hard not to break it.
What's he doing right now? He doesn't do this usually.
So here, like when you mentioned earlier, when you come in and he's like different with you, that's part of it.
Because I give him a
Correct. Right. So
You know?
when we get that jumping behavior, right?
Yeah.
I always tap, 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 tap. Good. I always correct it because then it leads to other behaviors. Okay, so right there he's just he's either seeking comfort and he's like, Mom, Dad disciplined me, or two, life of the party kind of mentality, right? Where he's just for whatever reason when he sees you, right?
Yeah.
Is you're not gonna kill that aspect of it, right? He's still gonna be attached to your stuff, but he's not gonna overreact for that, right? Because it's like we're just swapping the leash buddy.
Yeah.
Like it's not that big of a deal, right? So when you come into the picture, if that happens, if you pet him, you're telling him, yes, you can do that, right? So you you don't have the collar, you can use your knees, you can go to the knee bump or whatever, and it has to be a firm knee bump, otherwise the dog will just keep doing it. Or if we have remote, you just stood there and tapped, and eventually he was like, all right, and just removed his paws, sat down, and what you just taught him was, if you jump on me, this automatically goes off until you stop doing so, and then he unlearns that behavior. Okay?
Even inside the home, I can do that?
Yes.
I thought last week we weren't supposed to use that.
Yes, but now I've given you.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Because.
Exciting.
Yeah. Once after the first class and stuff, a lot of things start to open up.
Okay.
You can start using it to correct things you don't want inside the home. It's fine. Now we'll limit you on if he's off leash in an unenclosed area, don't use it to correct him. Okay, because that can potentially spook him. Right. But if he's in the home, I'm not worried about are you going to spook him. That's where he's going to run to. Right. And now you have a better understanding of adjusting it power-wise. So when you see the behavior stuff, like if he's just jumping on you and I'm at 10, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, he stops, in that moment it was 35, right? Then if every time I walk into the home it's constantly jumping to 35, then I know that's the number I need to correct him. But then if the jumping keeps happening still, but I'm able to stop it, then 35 is enough to stop it, but it's not enough to deter him in the long run, right?
Yeah.
So then I have to keep bumping it until I find the number where it's like, oh, I remoted him at 65 and he hasn't jumped on me for 3 weeks, right?
This might be a Zoom question, but you said he's ruined the couch a lot. Can we not have him on the couch, or what are your thoughts?
Absolutely. You would just correct them the moment you see him wanting to go on the couch, right? And over the Zoom, that's enough. Anything that's correctional within the home, Zoom will take care of it.
All right.
Okay.
We'll stop.
So questions about this stuff. Do you want to start where Austin started, or do you want to do the walks, do the auto sits first, and then go into the heels? All right, then we'll just jump into it, okay?
Okay.
So you're gonna say heel, left leg first.
Sure.
Do your turn, slow down before you turn stuff. When you come to that stop, you're gonna wait, see if he'll give it to you. Right? If tap, tap. Where are you at right now? Let's go back to 22-ish. Okay, and I'm gonna have you do a light pull back and tap. Tap, tap, tap. Pull to your left. Tap, 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 tap. A little bit more pressure on the leash. Tap, tap. There you go. Tap, tap. Right there. Good. So what we did there was just force a mistake to give you a reason to remote him, to settle him down from de-escalation. Okay, because he was just getting frustrated. He's like, Mom, what are we doing?
Oh, okay.
Okay? He's like a toddler. You know, dogs have a learning capacity of a 3 to 4 year old kid.
Right.
So when you start to, you know, we treat him as an adult dog, but mentally he's learning as at a state of a toddler, and that's forever, right? Is it helps you interpret things a bit more clearly, and then it helps you decipher of, do I want to correct that, or is that okay? You know, so like, would we let a 3 to 4 year old kid jump on people? I would hope the answer is no, right? Then he's not allowed to jump on people. That's how I look at it. Okay? So you're gonna cue the word heel first. Left leg then follows. You start walking. When you come to that stop, wait a moment, see if he sits by himself. If he does, good boy. And then when you praise him, if he gets up, you tap up to correct him. Wait a moment, heel, and then the left leg. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Heel.
Good. Yep. Yeah, don't be mean. Good. Right. Now you relax. Good. Now tap. Okay. So here, that was okay. He self-corrected, but if he got up and stayed up, you would want to tap to reinforce. Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Heel.
Good.
So good.
3 more. Unless he's being bad, right?
True.
Nice. Good. 2 more. Heel. Tap. Tap. Good.
Heel.
Good. Beautiful. Okay. So, that's the first half of the heel. We're going to work on the second half. But when you're walking with him now, this is what it's supposed to look like. Right? Exception to the auto sits is like in the winter when it gets cold and snows on the ground, or let's say it's really rainy. Some dogs won't sit because it's uncomfortable. I personally don't care then. Okay. As long as he's still stopping with you, he's just standing there. Of course, once spring or the weather comes back, we would reinforce those auto sits. Now what we're going to do is turns. So everything this week has been just turn to the immediate right 180 when he passes you correct his remote. But obviously you're going to have to turn left and all the other stuff, right? So last week what we did was teach Moose how to, is to pay attention to you. That's the first half. Now this half is he's paying attention to you, but now you need to communicate with him on what is going to happen. So you know when you're going to stop, you know when you're going to turn. You got it, right? So what do we want to do before we do that turn and stop? Always. Yes. You know what you were forgetting.
I wasn't.
He wasn't slowing, right? Now he was getting it right now because this is a training session, right? So it's easier. But in real life, you just stop, bloop, keep going, right? So very important that you always slow down because that's something that won't ever resolve itself because it's like if you're driving and just hit the brakes, like they're gonna crash into you, right? So same thing here. So for the turns, we'll start with the left turn, right? What we call the crossover turn. You'll be crossing over Moose, okay? Nice little distraction there. So you want to slow down prior, okay? And as you're going to cross over, you're going to time it so that your right leg is crossing over Moose, okay? And you're going to cut it at a 90 degree angle, right leg, like that, exactly, okay? So it'd be right and left, and then right again to move in front of them. Okay? So I'll give a demonstration. So when you're moving, if you're going at a normal pace, right, you would slow down to get the attention first. He keeps going, You would turn, tap, tap to bring him back because he didn't pay attention. Okay? Tap for the sit. Good. So then you're moving forward. Slow down. He slows down with you. Good. Cross right leg, left leg, and then right leg again. Okay? So if you're within a normal sidewalk, you would stay within the space of that sidewalk. Okay? So I'll do a couple. We're walking. Slow down. Then it's right, left, right. We can pick up speed again, but then I want to slow down. Right, left, right. Okay? And I'm really exaggerating it. Once you get used to it, then it's really just right, left, right. Okay? And you're it's more fluid. In the beginning I exaggerate for the owner, and if the owner needs help building the muscle memory, it helps doing so. Okay? The next one is the right turn. So let's say Moose is walking well, you need to go back the other way, but there's people here, so you can't do this approach, right? You'd want to do the 180, like the correctional turn. You'll slow down, extend your left leg, go back on your right leg, forward to left leg again. And now you're going the opposite way. So it's right, left, left, right, left. Okay? So you're leading with the leg opposite to the turn. Left, right, left. Okay? So again, you should be within a single path if you're doing this correctly. What we don't want to do is this. People will swing their leg out like that. That's not how it works. Okay? You want to extend it, and I hold for a second, because what you'll see is when you come out like this, he's going to start turning around you. So it works out time-wise when you add a little bit of delay to give him the opportunity to see what's going on. If you're just doing a soft right, then you would just turn left like this and go that way. Same thing with a soft left, you would just cut with your right and keep going that way. Okay? Questions?
No, I feel like it's intuitive, kind of.
Yes, it is until you're thinking about it.
Yeah, that's
okay. So what we'll do is we'll start with the crossovers first. I'll have you go back to those before we do the pivots. So one more time, for the crossover turns into Moose, you want to slow down. 90 degree cut with your right leg, left leg, and then right leg again. And now you're going back the opposite way. Okay? Whenever you're ready.
Heel.
Right, left, right. There you go. You got it. Good.
Am I supposed to be tapping?
No, because it's all body length now. Right, left, right. Good. 3 more.
Doesn't matter how far I go.
Just don't leave odds.
Okay.
Right, left, right. Good job. 2 more. Little prancer. Right, left, right. Good. Last one. Very good. Slow to stop when you're ready. Beautiful. Okay. Now you're going to do the pivots. So that's going to 180 to your right, extending the left leg, back on the right, forward to left. Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Heel.
Left, right, left. You got it. Good job. Yep. Good. Left, right, left. Excellent. Yep. Good. 2 more. Good. Slow to stop when you're ready. Yep. Yep. There it is. Attaboy. Very good. So, it's like dancing. An experienced dancer can make an inexperienced dancer look good because they know how to lead. right? They know how to communicate. Same thing for dogs. If so, like when I work with the dog, when I train it myself, the dog will get it really quick because I know how to use my body language to cue to them what's going on, right? Most people won't pick up all this in one class, so I just sectioned it off. We got a bike, by the way. So last week was teaching Moose to pay attention to you. Good job. Right? And as long as he's paying attention to you and your body language communication is correct, there should be no need for remote. Okay? So when you're walking with him on the walk and you have to turn at a stop sign or something, now you got to start thinking, oh, I'm going to make a left turn. So then you're timing your leg movements and all that, right? In the beginning, it's kind of weird. You got to think about it, but then you get used to it where it's just natural.
Right.
Okay? Before actually going on a walk, what I recommend is let him do his potty break first. He gets his business done. Do 5 heels to stops, 5 left turns, and then 5 pivots, and then start your walk. Right? So you're doing it in a really small space just to warm up, and then you start going. So that you build your muscle memory faster. Once you feel like you've mastered it, then it's like I don't need to start off with it. Then it's just I use it when I need it on the walk. Okay? So what I'm gonna have you do here is same thing, except you're not gonna do 5, 5, 5, whatever. You're gonna actually freestyle it and just do pivots and left turns however you want. Just do remember to slow down before your turns and slow down before your stops. You can even add some changes to pace, like speeding up and stuff. Okay? If everything's good, he should be right there on you. No need for remote. Okay? Questions?
Just do whatever I want.
Yes.
Feel. You know what feel is.
He's associating. I mean, it takes a little bit before the concept kicks in, but he's getting it. Give a little bit more slack. That's good, perfect. Stop. Yep.
Heel.
Left leg. She's getting cocky. She's like, oh, I'm a master.
I know it. Heel.
You got it. Good. Relax your arm. There you go. Good job. Saw it.
Oh, you went left leg first, not right.
Yeah. Good. I'm gonna have you make it a bit more turn heavy. Okay, so like you could do a pivot into a pivot into a left turn, like it's really good. Okay.
Without walks.
With walks, but like if I did it, for instance, like I could walk, pivot, right? Pivot again, and then I could cross in, you know. But you have to give some space so that you can register like we've completed one turn. Oh, now we're going into another. Okay. Good turn. Right, good job, yep. 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 Go ahead and pivot. Good. Forward, yep. Go ahead and hug to the right a little bit. Now left. Pivot. Crossover.
Crazy.
And slow to stop. Very good. And that's not even as crazy as it gets.
Oh.
Okay? But obviously crazier is not really necessary. But the point of that was if your body language is correct and he's paying attention, that's it. Right? Because you didn't remote a single time. I don't think. With the sit, okay. But with the turns, it was right there. So that was the purpose of teaching him the pay attention to you first, and now it's teaching you the mechanics of the body language to cue to him what's going on. Okay, so as long as all that's working together, it should be just like that. Okay? Give it a go.
They confused me with all this.
Like I had it until like all those turns came in.
Just don't think about it too hard.
So, tap, tap. Perfect. Good job. So I'll have you start off with the crossovers. So that's the left turns. You crossing over moose with that right leg. You'll do a batch of those, 5, and then if those are all good, then we'll start with the one. Yes.
So not so.
Ready?
Heel.
Okay. Now, do we know what happened there?
Because what did that? Oh,
Did it slow
okay.
down, right? So you had to overcompensate, like really
Okay.
stretch the leg. But did it feel awkward when you did that?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you ever feel like it's awkward, it's most likely you missed the slowing down, so you're having to compensate. Okay, so let's try it again.
Heel.
You got a mic. Right, left, right. Good, and forward. Good. Moose is like, man, this is easy. This is easy stuff, man. Right, left, right, right. You got it. There you go. Good. Let's try a couple more. Right, left, right. There you go. One more. Good. Slow to stop when you're ready. Excellent. So what I'm going to have you do here is I'm going to have you keep another batch of the left turns, but I'm going to have you walk faster. Okay, so I'm going to have you walk faster so that there's, when you do slow down, it's a considerable shift, and then go into the crossovers. Okay? Yeah, still those. Still left turns. Correct. When you're ready.
Heel.
Very good. Yep, very good. Left, right, you got it, you got it, you got it. Good, one more. Good job. Slow to stop. Beautiful. And a boy. So now, you're going to do the 180 turns. That's the extension. Yep, back, forward. There you go.
Heel.
Good job, you guys. Here you go. Good. That one was abrupt. You see how you kind of sped, and then you got it, right? Try to slow it up a little bit more before that pivot. There you go. That's better. Try one more. Good. Yep. And slow stop. He just lays right by that dog. He doesn't care. Really good. Excellent. So, question about that too. Yeah, right. So in the beginning, it's a bit awkward because you got to really think about it. But then once you get used to it, then you get
The biggest thing is on us. So that,
right.
Right.
Right. So I'm gonna have you do the same thing. You're gonna freestyle it, right? However you want, speeding up, slowing down, left turns, right turns, all that stuff. Just remembering to cue him with that slow down prior, so he's able to spot it. Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Feel.
Turn. You got it. Good recovery. You got it. Good job. Dancing. Starting.
This is so fun.
Good.
Heel.
Good. Tap forward. Tap forward. Tap. There you go. If that happens, move it and then tap again. Okay. Give it. Very good. Heel. It's headed now. Very good. Excellent. So that's heel. Okay. Walk with me, stay with me, when I stop. And as long as your communication is spot on, you shouldn't be any issues. You know? Now, one thing is a lot of people tend to get stuck on their intention. You know, I was going to slow to a stop, or I was going to make a crossover turn. But then when they slow down, the dog is going, so then they like try to do what you did earlier, where they stretch, or they try to speed up to walk around the dog. So I'm like, don't. If you ever feel like it's awkward or you're trying to compensate, it's because he's off. Okay. So if I'm going to make a left turn and I slow down, but Moose keeps going, left turn now becomes correctional turn. And he's back on my leg again, and then I turn, and then I try coming back towards the crossover. Okay. The more you correct them and make him do things correctly, the less you'll have to address it in the long run, because you're getting it all out the way now. Okay. If I'm coming to a stop, that's like a real common one, where I'll slow down and stop, and the dog will go up a little bit, turn, correct, and try again. Most people are like, well, I'm going to stop anyways. I know the deal. I'm like, but training-wise, you're going to create that habit. Okay. So the more black and white you are with your expectations, the better Moose is. Okay. Questions about that? We got a little bit of time here. Do you feel like that's a lot of information, or do you want to learn a little bit more?
Add on one more.
All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to work on the stay. The way I teach stay is a little bit different than the way people typically employ it. Someone would say like sit stay or down stay, right? Sit and down for us is if it stays applied. I say sit, but down you don't. Okay. The only time I say stay is when the dog's already in position. So when you're in heel and you stop, auto sits. But it's not sits. But it's a D.
It's like a heel.
Heel. Yeah. Heel would be an auto sit built into the package, right? Sit is, so if I say heel and I stop and he auto sits, and if I move again, his inclination is going to be follow. Right? Sit means put your butt down, so if I move, he wouldn't, right? So I use stay when the dog's already in position. So if I come to a stop, he auto sits, and then I decide, hey, I don't need to move, stay, because he's already sitting, right? So I can't tell him to sit. I can say down, but he doesn't know down yet by command or remote. So I go with stay, and then I walk off. Okay? So what we're going to do here is you're going to do a quick little heel. You're going to walk around, come to a stop, he auto sits. You're going to take the hand closest to him, so you're left. A quick little wave, stay. Don't worry about if he hears you. Like you don't have to like stay, right? Just stay, and you're gonna walk out with your right leg like this to turn and face Moose. Okay, and then you're gonna come back in like this. Okay, so again, one more time. If it comes to that stop, you auto sits, stay, right leg out. You're facing moose. If he gets up, you would lightly pull up and tap until you meet positions. It's very important that you don't allow moose to come back. You want to use your leash to keep him away from you. Because if you tap him and he comes here and sits, he's thinking that's what he's supposed to do. You want him to keep his butt down there, and then you would step back towards the side. Okay? Now coach you do it. So go ahead and heel, walk off, and then come back and stop right here again. Heel.
Stay.
Right, here, get ready to pivot out. I'm going to have you shorten your leash just a wee bit. A little bit more. So that when you step out,
I can kind of hold it.
Yeah, so you're going to keep it relaxed, but in case he gets up, you can immediately stop him. As opposed to just much slack, you'd be up here and then he's over here. Okay? Now with your right leg, swing out in front of him. Up, tap. Good, relax. Wait a moment. Back to his side. Good, and heel.
Heel.
And repeat. Yep, you got a little distracted with that dog. Good. You got to stay.
Stay.
Right? Yeah, that's right. Stay. There you go. Good. Back to the side. Excellent. 3 more like that.
Heel.
And we might start seeing a delay with his movement because now we're teaching him to go opposite. Okay, so if that happened, you would just move forward and tap.
Stay.
Pretty good. Up, tap. Good. Wait a moment. Back to the side. Excellent. 2 more.
Heel.
No. Other mistake. So when he says stay, he pivots out, he gets up, tackles back into the sitting position. That's what becomes established now. Oh, get him. Yeah. E-collar training is super fast.
Stay.
Yep. Good. Back to the side. Praise. 1 more.
Heel.
Good turn. Good.
Stay.
Tap. Good. Back to the side. Good. So what we're going to do is another batch of 5, but on this one, when you pivot out, you're going to wait a second, and you're going to half moon around them. Okay? And then back to the center. Wait a moment. Back to the side. Heel. Okay?
Heel.
Good turn.
Stay.
Tap. Tap. Good. Wait a moment. Yep. Tap. Good. And you walk normally.
It's just like trying to.
Unless that's how you walk
Oh,
normally.
yeah.
You tiptoe around.
Heel.
Heel.
I see a little slow right now.
Now you might be tiring out a little bit. Yeah, boy.
Stay.
Yep. Sorry. Good.
Feel.
Good. Excellent. Let's try 3 more. Yeah, so you have to build it, right? So that's why I asked you, like, how much control you're wanting, right? The way it works is the methods essentially say this, like, these are actually off-leash methods, right? But it's really the length of time
Stay.
of practicing to get to that degree of building that level of reliability. Does that make sense?
Yes. So when do we like us on our own?
No, I can see. 2 more?
Heel.
Like we're practicing this on our own. So
Correct.
when do we then take it off the leash?
So next time I see you, we'll start working on Cuing, which you'll need a 30-foot leash, by the way. It's like $8 to $12. You go on Amazon. Nothing fancy. It's like a regular leash, but 30 feet.
Stay.
And we start teaching recall, which is Cuing. You have a good job. That was better. And then you start being able to mess with what I call fake off leash, because now you have a 30-foot leash. Yeah, and it's a progression.
Heel.
It's a progression from short leash to long leash dragging, to no leash enclosed area, to no leash unenclosed area. Okay, so it's like you're practicing over time, and as it gets better and advances, you're progressively making it harder by changing the environment. And then the thing about off leash is that being able
Stay.
to correct things via the remote collar alone and not needing the leash. That's the biggest thing that I always stress with people. So like, let's say you're here and he's playing with some dogs off leash and someone sets off a firework and he starts running because he's scared. At that moment, Cuing doesn't look optimal because he's running for his life, right? He's scared of what just happened. So it's being able to know that with that device, you can make a return, right? So that's like a second half to it. And I talk about all this stuff as we progress, but that's just something to keep in mind because people, they don't account for shit like that, you know. And I've heard some crazy ass stories throughout my career, and that's what I train for. Obedience is easy, clearly, when you have the right tools and everything, right? The hard part is, holy crap, this is an emergency. How do I use what I know to get my dog to return or stop what's going on, right? Which can happen, but that's a different conversation. But that's why I stress remote so much, and practicing it, and always using it, and then going high when needed on the collar. Maybe the dog gives you something, but the point of that is, if I know in the case of an emergency, if I have to override him, he's going to be giving his ass off. Because I have to make him more scared of running away from me than he is running away from the object next to me, right? So it's part of the process, but then there's the emotional aspect of the owner. It's like, oh my God, my dog's yipping. But then there's also the dog panicking, you know? So there's more aspects to off leash, in my opinion, than just the formal come when I call you type stuff, you know? If it's we walk our dog on a leash and we take him to the dog park and that's it, then that's very simple. Because we're not worried about will he ever run out because he's in an enclosed area. But in this kind of setting, that's where I start thinking about those things, because it does happen.
What's the dog that we were name?
Fitz? Oh, Malcolm?
It's a good dog. I mean, they just leave it up off the leash. Always. It's
Yeah.
a good dog.
And Malcolm's actually a little bit nervous.
She is. She haven't.
Yeah.
Back to the dog park.
2 weeks ago, heard it from our balcony.
Oh, really?
The dog got bad.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was one of them.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of crap happens, right? And like I had a client who they bring their dogs here all the time, and then her dog and another friend's dog went after a ball at the same time. And she's like, she called me, she's like, Jesse, she's like in tears, she's like, I feel really bad. She's like, this happened, I had to go 127 continuous, right? And she's like, and Roxy just screamed her ass off, but 180 straight to me. She's like, did I do the right thing? And I said, yeah. I was like, you know, it happened, what happened, but in order to stop it as quickly as you did what you had to do. It sucked, right? You feel bad as a human, but if you hadn't stopped it or done that, it could have progressively become a bigger fight, you know? Yeah. So, you know, there's more things that we don't think about that do happen, because, you know, if most of your life is positive in your dog, that's how you see it, you know? But I train for $15. Questions about this stuff?
Good if the last one can stop. I didn't have to.
Yeah, correct himself.
Yeah.
So when it comes to practicing the stay, what I recommend is now during your walks, let's say you hit a red light, stay. Practice there. And so we did from just pivoting out to half moon. So what do you think would be the next step? Full circle. Exactly, right? You walk all around. Let's say you come back, light turns green, heel, right? Another application is after he poops, you can lightly pull up, tap him into a sitting position, say stay, pick up the poop, back to the side, heel, and then we walk, right? So we don't get any of this while you're trying to pick up poop. The next one would be, let's say, and this is just to force context to be able to practice, is I see the trash can, stay, holding onto the leash still, poop, back to the side, heel, and we walk, okay? Stay is, in my opinion, like the least useful, but those are like circumstances that you can practice it. When it's applied, it's like, let's say, you teach them how to lay down and stuff, and then you're going to leave the door open, you're going to move stuff in and out the house, right? That you're not wanting to have to worry about them, stay. Don't move, right? Because we're going to leave the door open, we're going to do some stuff real quick for a few minutes, and you don't want to worry about you running in the front door. It's where it will come into play. You don't have to worry about doing like setting up a session like this. I just apply it during the walks when you find natural situations to practice it in, okay? But it's that simple. So now your homework for this week is, of course, with your walks, just add the stuff that we learned today. Please do remember to slow down before you stop and before you turn, of course. And then you can apply the stays when you have the opportunity. So, anything else? All right, just skip up. Learn very quickly. Good boy. Go ahead and get in contact with Maria.
I'm going to.
Yeah, and tell her like, oh, we really need to set up the Zoom before Wednesday, and she'll get you in when we have an opening. And then have any questions for stuff inside the home, correcting stuff, or just general questions about stopping behaviors, whatever, so that we can address as much as possible. Okay. And then the other one you can schedule whenever you need it. Same thing, like if something else pops up, you can schedule it as soon as you're ready for it. Okay. Awesome. Thank you guys. I'm glad it didn't end up pouring.
Yeah, dude.
I think it's on the invite deck.
Do you have any dogs yourself?
I have two. I have a pit and a chihuahua. Yeah, she's 65, 70-ish pounds. And then my chihuahua's like 8 to 10 pounds. And then, yeah, they're
I had a
quite
chihuahua
physical.
in college.
Sure. He's a long hair. He's the same colors as this guy. He's a tricolor. He's a little jerk. But he was a little jerk when I first got him. It was good seeing you guys.
Thank
Have a good
you.
week, and we'll see you soon on Zoom, okay?